Hey, welcome to the video. In this video, we're taking a look at the Rode Wireless Pros. Now, we said we weren't going to do many more tech reviews on this channel, but we've been using the Rode Wireless Go's on pretty much 90% of our videos over the last few years. So when Rode reached out to us and said, do you want to check these out? Do you know what? We thought we're going to check these out because we love the Rode Wireless Go's so much. So in this video, we're going to check out what's the difference, what's new, and why you maybe want to upgrade if you own the Rode Wireless Go's. Okay, so first up, one of the main reasons you may want to pick up this microphone over any other microphone on the market is that this features 32-bit float. Now, we are seeing some other microphones like the DJI mics that have 32-bit float as well, but they are very far and few in between. So what does 32-bit float mean? Well, essentially, it's like a raw photograph. How in a raw photograph you have much more dynamic range. This is like that, but for audio. So essentially, it's really, really hard to peak your audio. So if you scream into the mic, you're barely going to peak it. If you whisper too quietly, you can always bring up that audio level. So it's really good at saving your audio. How many times have you recorded something and it's just distorted and you can't use that video clip? So 32-bit float is a big, big feature. Let's test it out. Okay, so now we're going to do a test of the 32-bit float recording. So what we've done is we've unplugged the microphone from the camera. I've pressed the little record button here on the mic itself. And essentially, again, what 32-bit float is going to allow you to do is get good audio like this. This is pretty standard. But if you want to whisper into your mic, you're going to be able to lift that audio, or if you shout too loud, it's not going to peak. You should be able to bring this audio separately as a file into Adobe Audition or Audacity and then pull that audio down. So let's test this out. First of all, I'm going to whisper very quietly and let's just play this audio through normally. And then what we're going to do is bring up this audio and just see if we can make it louder without really getting much extra noise inside the mic itself. Secondly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk from this kind of distance. We'll just hear that at its normal rate and it's probably not that good. But can we pull up this audio in post, maybe even remove a bit of the background noise, and we'll see how this sounds. Next up, I'm going to talk really, really loudly into the microphone. Now, if I was recording this with any other microphone, this would be peaking the mic because I'm talking so loud into the microphone, pretty much shouting at the mic itself. But how is this sounding? Is it distorting? It shouldn't be. We should just be able to record it, take this audio into Audition or a recording program, bring it down, and even though it still sounds like I'm shouting, it's not peaking that microphone. So how does this sound? Now, the next big thing is that you get two microphones with the Rode Wireless Pros. So whether you're maybe vlogging with a partner, or maybe you want to even film some video vlogs or podcasts, you can do that with this kit. They automatically pair, so as soon as you take them out of this case, each microphone is going to pair with the receiver. There's not really any other setting up that you have to do. It's going to record into camera, and you've got some great audio coming from two of these mics. And that's one thing that you don't get with all microphone kits. Most of them will come with one, or you'll have to buy another microphone separately. This comes with both of them in the box. Next up, a handy little feature is the gain assist mode. Now, what that means essentially is if you have a camera like ours, Sony a7S III or Sony ZV-E1, that doesn't record in 32-bit float. So the Rode Wireless Pro has this gain assist feature built in. Essentially, you can plug it in normally and manually choose your audio settings like you normally would, or you can choose dynamic or auto. Up until now, we've been using the dynamic audio. So how does this sound? Essentially, it means you should get a little bit better dynamic range in your audio, even if you don't have 32-bit float in your camera. So how does it sound? Let me know in the comments below. Now, just for comparison, that was in dynamic before. Now we are recording in auto mode. Can you hear a difference? Does it sound any better, any worse? Sometimes with auto, you get a little bit of the volume going up and down, which doesn't always sound great. So how is the Rode Wireless Pro handling it with this example? Let me know. When we opened this kit, we were surprised to see that lavalier microphones are included in the box. Normally, when you get a mic receiver kit, you buy the lav separately. And like I'm doing now, a lot of people will just record with this little kit, and it seems to be quite popular at the moment to hold this. I don't really like that. I do prefer using a lav or clipping this on my shirt and hiding it. So I like that Rode have included two lav mics. And it's something you have to bear in mind. If you're like me and you're going to use a lav mic, if you buy another kit, it seems a bit cheaper. If you want to get a decent lav mic, they cost about £100 each. So having two of these included in the box is a big win in my book. Okay, so up until now, I've been holding this in my hand like an amateur. So now we are going to use the lav mics. I'll hide this like we normally would for all of our videos, and we'll start testing out the included lav mic. Okay, so we now have the lavalier microphone on. How is this sounding compared to the mic receiver itself? Let me know. I prefer this kind of setup because I think it's a little bit more inconspicuous. You can walk around and people don't think that you have this huge microphone on, and I think it gives you the better audio quality a lot of the time, especially if you're recording inside a studio. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what is this that I've been carrying around all day? Well, this is one of the boxes. This one has the microphone and receivers, and this actually charges those, so that's super handy. You can also get the data, the audio files, directly from the case itself by plugging it into your Mac or PC. And then you get another box as well, which includes your lavalier mics and some other accessories. So let's jump back into the studio and I'll show you what's in there.
The charging case is superb. It holds the 2 transmitters and the receiver, and it charges all 3 items at the same time. And best of all, you can charge the case with a single cable, which makes things a lot easier when you're going on your travels. Additionally, you can plug the case into your computer to transfer the audio data directly, which I think is a really nice touch. As mentioned, the kit also includes 2 lavalier mics, which cost around $100 each separately. So that's $200 worth of microphones included in the kit. You can just plug these into the transmitters and screw them in to lock them in securely, something the Rode Wireless Go didn't have. The kit also includes clips for your clothes, a mini dead cat for wind protection, and magnetic clips for easy attachments to your shirts.
So these microphones have apparently a very, very good range. What we'll do is we'll measure this beach on Google Maps. I'm going to walk straight to the sea and we'll see if you can still hear me as I'm walking and talking. So we'll start the test. I'll go towards the beach. Obviously these work better if you're in line of sight, so you essentially want the receiver facing the camera, or the receiver on the camera, to get the best audio coming from this. So I'll keep this on the side, so hopefully we're getting good reception. Now, we're on a beach today. It's pretty windy, as I've mentioned. We do have the furry dead cat on top of the mic receiver, so this is also a little good test of that as well, to see how well. Now we're probably, can you still hear me okay? No, it's gone. Right. So, can you hear me now? Right, Lewis is giving me the thumbs up. You can hear me now. So I don't think this is quite 260 meters. So that's quite surprising. What I'll do is I'll keep walking back and I'll just see if it was a one-off. What I'll do is I'll get Lewis to give me a thumbs down if the reception goes. Can you hear me okay still there, Lewis? Yeah, still good. So you definitely need a good line of sight. Going a little bit further here, still about 10, 20 meters. Whoa, further. Fell into a little hole there. And we're going to get towards this beach flag. Can you still hear me okay down the end there? That's good. So we're pretty far. We're almost right on the beach here at the moment. We're now at the swimming flag. Can you hear me here? I would say always. It's the shaky thumb. I think that means that we're going out of audio a little bit. So I'll come back to the camera and we'll do a measurement on that. Hear me, of course. The audio may be breaking up a bit, but still not a bad range. Not quite 260 meters, I don't think, but not a bad range nevertheless. Okay, so now for the main point. This microphone is about £350 here in the UK, about $399 in the US. So is it worth that money? It's a lot of money for a microphone kit. And of course, if you go on Amazon, you'll see much cheaper options. But one thing I can certainly say is that the Rode Wireless Go that we had has lasted us years and years. It's still a microphone that we love, and it's been completely reliable for us. So this microphone, the audio is better, the kit is better, the lavs you get are better than getting nothing, of course. So I actually think for that value, bearing in mind like 2 lav mics could be £200 here in the UK, the fact you get a charging case, the fact that you get 2 mics and the receiver, and just the build quality and the 32-bit float, I do think it's worth the money. If you know, if video is your thing, if you want better quality video and audio, I do think it's worth the money. Now, of course, there's competitors from DJI. I think that microphone kit is also very, very good. It's very hard to differentiate between the two because they both do 32-bit float, they both have charging cases. The DJI kit is maybe slightly smaller, but you don't get lav mics with that kit. So I would say weigh them up. And honestly, if you bought either one, I think you would be happy with either. But I would definitely be happy to recommend this microphone. And bear in mind, this is not a sponsored video. Rode sent this in for us to review, but they're not asking us to say anything. We're definitely not being paid to say anything. We're not being paid at all. So this is just a genuine review coming from the Rode Wireless Go to the Rode Wireless Pro. But let me know in the comments. You've been listening to this audio all the way through. What do you think of this kit? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Do you have any questions? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.